So today on the special edition of One on One, we are sitting down and having a chat with FAO Country representative for Zambia, Madam Pacey Suzy Filippo, who's going just to explain to us what exactly her work is, as well as some of the things that you and me did not know what they're doing in the background that you and I should know about. I am your host, Christine Puri. Madam, you are welcome to the special edition of One on One. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. So I can start by telling you that I have an extensive cross-cultural leader fields of diplomacy and mediation, agriculture, sustainable development, capacity development, and governance. I'm an agricultural engineer from the Metropolitan Autonomous University of Mexico, with a master's degree in agroforestry from the Tropical Agronomic Center for Research and Higher Education, Cartier in Costa Rica. Then I hold also a master's degree in international relations and international service from the American University of Washington, D.C., and another master in hemispheric security and defense from the Inter-American Defense College of Washington, D.C. I began my career in '88 as a United Nations volunteer at the Center for Agriculture Research and Training in Mexico. Then I served as a career diplomat from 1994 to 2003 as counselor, subsequently minister counselor, and deputy permanent representative of Haiti to FAO, WFP, and IFAD in Rome. From 2003 to 2005, I was a minister counselor and deputy permanent representative of Haiti to the UN in New York. From 2005 to 2010, I was minister counselor, deputy permanent representative to the Organization of the American States in Washington, D.C. From May 2010 to February 2012, I was a member of cabinet and diplomatic advisor of the President rank of ambassador. Food Program Senior Food Security Advisor. And in 2015, I in Congo as FAO representative up to 2020. I came here in Zambia in August 2020 as FAO representative. So this is my, let's say, my career, and I can tell you that I speak fluently French, Spanish, Italian, Haitian Creole, and English. I'm married, and I have two children. I came from a family where education is a pillar. My father was a lawyer and my mother a teacher, and I have five half brothers and sisters. So I can tell you that opportunity that came to my way helped me build step by step who I am today. I'm a visionary. I'm always have a clear vision about how to go about a task at hand, keeping the long-term and short-term goals and repercussions in mind. I'm an optimistic but a realistic person about the prospects involved in any task and must take into consideration all the risks involved. I'm only taking into consideration the risks. Well, when I come up with an idea, I do everything I can to execute it to perfection. I'm a team player. I enjoy building relationship, and I can say that I'm diplomatic, persuasive, and also a humble person. I'm an open learner and very respectful for diversity. I'm disciplined and also courageous. I can also say that I'm someone who easily accept mistake, if my team or myself fail, I'm ready to take an equal amount of responsibility in the failure. We celebrated the International Women's Day in a special context, the COVID-19 one. However, this pandemic and its impacts give us an opportunity to loudly say that we cannot go back to business as usual when this pandemic is under control, if we want to build forward better from this crisis. COVID-19 has exposed the deep inequalities, including gender inequality, that underpin and weaken our social, economic, and health systems. As the COVID-19 pandemic spread, the virus disproportionately impacted women. Despite that, they've been not properly taken into account in the COVID-19 relief plan, according to some studies. So I would like to speak specifically on what should be done to achieve our vision of equitable leadership in a COVID-19 world and beyond, but in the agriculture and food systems sectors. Women they make up at least 43% of the agricultural workforce in developing countries. Yet women in rural and agricultural livelihoods consistently have less access than men to resources, including financial resources and opportunities. In many places, they are still facing social norms and barriers that prohibit them from fully expressing their leadership. But at the same time, women are farmers, innovators, and decision makers. Therefore, more opportunities should be created for women to play a leadership role in addressing the COVID-19 crisis and beyond. The efforts to build better from COVID-19 should be an opportunity to make greater efforts to close the gender gap, empower women in food systems, and strengthen gender equality with a focus on capacity building, knowledge management, and policy advocacy. It is the right time to take key actions in favor of women's rights to land and financing, agricultural labor burden, changing norms and addressing institutional barriers, access to technologies, including digital and gender responsive agriculture and food systems policies. It is the appropriate moment to adopt more productive methods of growing food to strengthen self-management, resilience, and community-level food sovereignty, to provide women and their families with training and resources on best practices for climatic, social, and cultural conditions, and to strengthen communities, protect the environment. So it is also time to provide market, industry, and skill development to foster opportunities for women, to strengthen their knowledge, networks, and skills, to empower them to be strong and successful agribusiness managers and partners as they grow into leadership positions. It is the right time to place gender equality at the forefront of global agricultural research for development.
Madam Susie, apologies for coming in slightly late. That was because of a technical fault that we had here. Okay, so I'd like to find out as far what programs do you have for the women in agriculture? Because you did mention that the woman has to take the central role when it comes to agriculture and things like that. So what programs do you have just to help the women as far as agriculture is concerned?
So let me start by recall what FAO is doing here. FAO is a long-term partner of Zambia. Our vision is to match FAO expertise to Zambia's development priorities. Our cooperation with the country is based on a country programming framework, which started in 2017 and which will end at the end of this year, 2021. So this strategic framework has been jointly developed with the government and other development partners. And so this country programming framework reflects relevant priorities in key national development policies, including the National Agriculture Investment Plan, the second National Agriculture Policy, and the National Policy on Climate. So we try to align this document with the UN Sustainable Development Partnership Framework for Zambia. And we have to do so. We define 4 priority areas. The first one is improvement of production and crop productivity, livestock, fisheries, and forestry. The second is sustainable management of the natural resource base. The third one is increase of resilience and uptake climate smart agriculture. And the last one is the enhancement of food security and nutrition status, while improve market access and sanitary measures. In this context, FAO is implementing many activities to support the government as well as men and women in the rural communities in their effort to sustainably develop the agricultural sector and to achieve food security and nutrition, including in the context of COVID-19. So you asked me what FAO is doing for women. Maybe I can give you one example through a project. So let's say our global, one of our global outputs is to train, mentor, and capacitate beneficiaries, farmers, men and women, and to better manage enterprises and engage value chain actors. So now we are implementing a close collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture and the International Maize and Wheat Improvement Center, CIMIT, a European Union funded project for sustainable intensification of smallholder farming systems. The name is CIFAS. This project sets to contribute, among others, to women's economic empowerment through increased production and productivity. At least 40% of lead farmers and followers farmers are women. They are beneficiary farmers who are trained and mentored and will continue to be trained and mentored by the project until 2023. The project is supporting women to scale up bean and groundnut production through encouragement, household level land advocacy. These are cash crops that attract a good price at the market. The project also will facilitate female smallholder farmers equal or prioritize access to agricultural goods, services, and agribusiness opportunities. We are encouraging farmers, women and men, to aggregate, as this gives them a strong bargaining power. We are linking farmers to non-collateral finance for mechanization, animal draft power, and agribusiness development. Specific emphasis is on women, and especially those lead farmers that are females head and household. So this is an example I can give you about what FAO is doing to empower women in the rural area.
That really sounds good. Now, as we celebrate Women and Youth Day, how can FAO encourage the women and youth to play a critical role in contributing to economic and agriculture development, especially that the majority of youths in Zambia are able to venture into farming business for various reasons?
Youth in any nation represent a big slice of its wealth and should play a key role in bringing the country further ahead. Young people cannot see their future as only white collars. They should see a better life for themselves in sectors like agriculture. But there are no silver bullets. However, a large number of successful initiatives show that there are workable solutions to overcome the challenges faced by young women and men trying to engage in agriculture and earn a living in rural areas. Where there is a will, there is a way. You can start small and become a serious farmer or an agribusiness entrepreneur. So, youth today, they are handy with technologies. They should embrace the development of new technologies needed to sustainably increase agriculture production or productivity while protecting the environment and making money. So I would like to call upon all stakeholders for concerted efforts to support youth in their needs to make a significant impact in the near future.
All right. So, your closing remarks, so your word of encouragement to the youth and the women.
Oh, I will start with the women. First, I think they should take farming as a business. They should try to belong to a cooperative for better information from reliable sources and grab every opportunity. So evidence show that when women have opportunities, the yields of their fields increase. So does their incomes. Nutrition is improved and the livelihoods are more secured. Even the gender-based violence may reduce. So women are key players in the effort to end hunger and malnutrition in the world, including Zambia. So the agricultural sector is an important sector for women. I would like to thank for this opportunity and remind that if women farmers had the same access to resources as male farmers, they could bring 1 to 150 million people out of hunger. Research from the FAO demonstrates that gender equality opens doors for entire communities to improve nutrition, food security, as well as social and economic well-being. Empowering women farmers is critical to secure food and nutrition, and also it is essential to build stronger linkages in the long term. To repeat, Robert Jones, who is from New Zealand, every woman, is a leader, whether at home, at work, or within their community. So it is time to give equal opportunity and allow them to fully play the leadership role in achieving an equal future in a COVID-19 world. Now, regarding the youth, could you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes. I can hear you.
Yes, that it's all I would like to say about women and also about the youth. And let me take this opportunity to express my appreciation to the whole team for your time and for your work. I think without you, journalists and all of those who are working with you. You are playing a very big role in our work. So once again, thank you so much.
And of course, thank you so much for finding time to have a chat with us here. So before I let you go, since I had a technical hiccup at the beginning, I want to actually welcome you all over again to the interview.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Right, thank you so much. Just like that, we are done with the interview. I've enjoyed my stay here.
Me too. Me too. Once again, thank you so much. Have
You're
a nice
welcome.
evening.
Oh, thank you so much. Have a good one.